Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right. So collect your things, and what would you like to do?
Can I? You said, I guess, can I listen in to see what these people are talking about?
Yes. Yep.
I'm a little wary that I got knocked out.
Make a stealth check just to see if.
Oh hell yeah! Uh, Stealth check. Oh, God damn it!
They,
I rolled a 2.
as you kind of creep up on the stairwell, you hear somebody down there say, I think I hear movement up there. They must be up."
I'm gonna pretend like I wasn't sneaking and then walk down the stairs.
Okay. As you walk down into the base of the tower, it's much more lit than you remember it being last night. In addition to the torches on the wall, a lot of natural sunlight is filtering in, and in front of you is a large wooden table with what looks like a map of the forest laid out on it. Across from where you come down, is the caravan master sitting next to this peasant uprising guy. To your right are the gnomes, and to your left are, from your perspective, by the way, if you didn't get that,
Right.
are Arik and that weird bandit guy, Six Winds, sitting by each other. They all seem to be like they were talking about something serious before you came down.
What's the crack, gentlemen?
He says, the caravan captain stands up and says, "Go get your friends and we'll discuss what comes next."
I'm gonna whistle. And then I'm gonna shoot the pistols up the stairs.
Yeah, I'll come down.
Okay. Yeah. BB comes down the stairs.
Okay. They kind of gesture for you to take seats where I have positioned your tokens. And the caravan captain says, We've all come together here so we can mediate any outstanding conflicts and resolve any issues, and we can get a plan together for where we go from here. Is everybody in agreement? Is that acceptable?"
Yes.
Yep,
Yeah.
Yep. There's a general,
Again, why?
general murmur of agreement. He says, "Okay, starting off, you three, or you five," he points to the party and says, "owe me a lot of money. Just because the fort was attacked doesn't mean that what you wagered is not owed to me. I still remember the dice." Arik stands up and says, "If it weren't for them, none of us would be seated here right now. We'd be strung up on pikes on the wall." And the gnomes kind
Makes
of
a good point.
pipe up with their leader, the man with the thick accent, says, "We would be fine. We would have left. We've returned to help you. We brought your friends." And he gestures to the uprising leader. The uprising leader says, "This fort belongs to the people. I'm not leaving until it's returned to us. And I want that man," and he points to the bandit, the Six Winds, "strung up. Those are my terms."
Okay. I think we can settle this without killing anybody anymore. I mean, we killed a lot of people last night. Am I right? But we'll figure this out.
Okay.
Jeez, there's a lot of demands going on here. So the caravan leader, I'm gonna tell him we're gonna keep everything that we won last night as payment for saving your life.
He says,
Any objections? And before he can say anything, I'm gonna say didn't think so.
he says, "Now hold on a second. That bell. Where's my bell?"
They took it.
He says, how'd they take it? It was locked up in storage."
The bandits. They took it when they took the palisade.
He says, "Okay, well, I want it back."
Just so happens we're headed that way.
Arik pipes up and says, "I've been giving that some thought, and I don't know how you're going to catch them. They have an 8-hour advantage on you."
They've got a bell that won't stop ringing. We can probably find them.
The caravan captain says, "It doesn't matter how loud their bell rings. Once they hit Lubeck, they can catch a boat out of there and they're gone. You got to cut them off before they get to the city."
You said this map is just of the fort, not of...
It's of the forest in general.
Oh, the forest?
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to walk up to the map.
Okay.
And be like, how would you suggest we get there from here? Where's the shortcut?
Did you guys all move?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He says, "We're here at the fort at the Star. They're going to be traveling along the second leg of the journey. It's much more dangerous than the first part. It seems like the forest itself fights you every step of the way. There's rumors of horrible beasts coming up out of the woods and dragging off unwary travelers, and it probably takes... It took you guys a day to get here from where you were. It'll probably take another 2 days at least to get to Lubeck.
Jeez. Okay.
Or you could go through the swamp."
Could we ford our wagon and cross the swamp?
Yeah, is this like a deep swamp or...
The swamp almost looks like a crater in the landscape. And the top of the swamp is covered by a permanent layer of thick fog. Underneath is general swamp terrain, so it's crossable.
So is it like a peat bog type situation?
Kind of. More of a swamp, I guess.
Okay.
Is it crossable with our wagon full
No,
of shit?
no.
or-
He says, there's no way you'd get a vehicle through there. Arik pipes up and he says, "But good thing you have a friend that's willing to make sure your wagon makes it safely to Lubeck. We've got
Is that you?
to head up the rear anyway and make sure they don't double back. So the plan is we'll drive up the normal route, keep our eyes peeled, and make sure that they don't get an opportunity to stop and rest. You guys
Who's we?
cut through the swamp and meet them."
That sounds fair. Who's we? It's Arik and...
For driving up the normal route.
Yeah.
The caravan master says, "Well, we're not wanted at this fort anyway, so the survivors of my company and I, and anyone from his rabble," and he gestures to the uprising leader, "who want to join us for fair pay. We'll make our last trip up from the fort to Lubeck. And, of course, your friend here is welcome. He killed 12 men. I'm not going to say no to someone like that."
Like, Arik, do you trust these guys?
He kind of shrugs and he says, "I'm willing to give him a chance if it means getting my squire back."
Alright. Okay, so as far as the gnomes wanting the fort and the guy saying that the people deserve the fort.
Yep. The gnome says, "The fort belongs to us. We purchase it from Lubeck. This is a fair transaction." And the uprising leader says, "We had no say in the transaction. The fat cat elites of Lubeck don't have the right to give away our communal property."
Man,
Yeah.
I don't know much about the politics of Lubeck.
You can make a history check if you want to find out more.
Sure. Why not? I've been rolling so well.
There you
16.
go. All right. Well, you know that Lubeck is ruled in theory by a sort of a dictator for life that's elected by a ruling council of guild leaders and aristocrats from the city.
So, like an emperor almost.
Kind of. He, in theory, has complete dictatorial control, but in reality, he's usually just a figurehead. And the real power and decision making lies with the council, and especially in the last few years, have gained a reputation for sort of selling their people high and dry for short-term profit.
Okay. Ugh, man.
Before you can make a decision or make any impact in this, the doors to the tower fling open, and a man wearing very ornate robes covered in what look like different mechanical devices and such steps in.
Ooh.
And he says, "Where's the artifact? Please tell me you have it."
Do we recognize this guy as number 7?
No, he's not number 7.
Okay. Thank
He
God.
holds up his femur and goes, "This what you want?"
He kind of sighs and says, "I'd like to speak to the adults, please.
Harsh.
This is a serious matter."
I'm gonna shoot him the pistols, BB. Be like, it's alright.
He says, "Is the artifact safe?"
No, probably not.
He says, "Probably not." And then he kind of puts his hands on the caravan captain and starts shaking him and says, "You had one job. Keep it safe. You knew that somebody was going to try and steal it. That's why we gave it to you in the first place. Where did it go?" And the caravan captain kind of sputters as he gets choked out here and says, points over to you guys.
Wait a second. Who are you?
He says, "My name isn't important."
Who do you work for?
He says, I'm a representative of Gond. If you have to ask what I do, you don't need to know me."
Strange thing is we were told by some representatives of Gond to get the bell, and then they made off with it.
He he circles around the table and he comes over to you and he gets right in your face, like right at eye level. And he says, "What makes you think they were a representative of Gond?"
They said they were.
"Oh, they said they were. That's a relief. It's a good thing people don't lie." "What did this
Hey,
representative of Gond have you do?"
he wanted us to get the bell.
"Did you get the bell for him?"
I
Before you can answer,
never touched the bell.
The rock gnome pipes up and he says, "Ivan saw them in the tunnels below. They said that there's a passage that leads to under the palisade.